If you have managed to extract yourself out of your toxic, dysfunctional family unit, then I would like to congratulate you. I commend you on this because it's a very difficult process. And if you are in a process of detaching from your dysfunctional family unit, then this message may be for you. Not only is this a difficult process, but it is also an emotionally charged experience. Having to leave the people you once called family behind, having to leave the people you've been with all along, having to leave the people you grew up with, having to leave your blood relatives behind is a very difficult process. But at the same time, we must understand that as a black sheep, your well-being depends on this. Okay, it's very vital that you detach from the unit post-awakening in order to embark on your healing. Okay, now, as I said, it's a painful process, it's a difficult one, and it comes with a lot of guilt, a lot of shame. So in this video, we'll be discussing the guilt that's associated with detaching from a dysfunctional family unit. But before we get into it, I would like to take a moment to say hello and welcome to everyone. If you're new here, I go by the name Inspire Seeker, and on this channel we discuss spirituality, personal development, and narcissism. So if any of that appeals to you, or if you feel called to, then by all means join us, and I promise you will not regret that decision. Also, guys, I'd like to take a moment to welcome all our newer subscribers. If you're new here, welcome. If there's any particular topic you would like for me to cover, simply drop it in the comment section of our latest video or send me an email. My email is in the channel description. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Now that we got that out of the way, guys, let's get into the message. Dealing with guilt from detaching from the dysfunctional family unit. Okay, and I like to start by saying that as a black sheep of the family, you have gone through a lot. Okay, being a black sheep myself, I know how it feels to awaken to the fact that you are the black sheep of your family, and awaken to all of the toxicity and the abuse that you've been subjected to over the course of your life. Okay, I also want to make you assured that detaching is not something we do because we want to detach or because we want to show ourselves, but rather it's a necessary step in us getting ourselves together and getting our lives back on track and moving forward with our lives free of toxicity, free of abuse, and moving to the next phase of our journey. Okay, so if you are in this position, then brace yourself, because as I mentioned earlier, not only is this a difficult experience, it's also a very emotionally charged experience. It's going to be painful, all right, but we have to, it's something that must be done. Okay, in order for you to heal as a black sheep, in order for you to find yourself, to really get in touch with yourself as a black sheep, guys, you're gonna have to detach from your dysfunctional family unit. Over the course of your life, you've been guilt tripped into taking responsibility for your toxic, dysfunctional parents. Okay, if you had a narcissistic parent, any type of dysfunctional parents at the top of your family, guys, you have been guilt tripped into taking their responsibility. Okay, they are the ones responsible for the family unit, and I know how we go. They blame shift and they pass the buck. Okay, and so chances are you ended up picking up responsibility for your dysfunctional family unit, the members, your siblings, chances are you have prioritized the family, you have prioritized family matters, you have exerted enough of your energy to the members of your dysfunctional family. But now, post-awakening is all about you, okay? Black sheep, post-awakening, it's your time. You have to prioritize yourself and your healing, okay? It's time to relinquish control, to relinquish this responsibility back to your toxic, dysfunctional parents, your narcissistic parents. It's time to relinquish this control, okay? Relinquish this responsibility back to them, because it was not yours to bear in the first place, okay? It has been theirs all along. They passed the buck to you. It's time to prioritize your life, prioritize yourself, and relinquish this responsibility back to them, okay? Now, I would like to make a point here, okay? Detaching from a dysfunctional family unit, guys, will usually trigger that family in a negative way, in a sense that it will cause a major shift within the energy of that family. And sometimes some members of that family may experience some difficulties. They may experience some challenges. And in worst case scenarios, some people may fall very, very sick and end up hospitalized. Okay, so be aware of this, and know that with your detachment, the family stands to suffer some negative consequences, but also understand that you are the priority here, okay? You have endured more than your fair share of narcissistic abuse. You have endured more than your fair share of gaslighting. And now, as an awakened black sheep, it's your time to prioritize yourself. It's your time to put yourself first, so you could take care of yourself and move on with your life. You've carried everyone else's cross, okay? You was not only responsible for yourself within that family, you've been responsible for other members of your family. You've been responsible for your siblings, and even sometimes your parents as well. You've carried everyone else's cross. It's now time to let them go, to give them back their cross and carry your own cross, okay? Now, your life is a priority, okay? No matter what anybody is going through, as a black sheep, awakened, you have to prioritize yourself. You have to prioritize your healing. You have to bear your own cross, and you're not going to have enough energy to bear other people's cross, okay? They are responsible for their lives, and so are you responsible for your own life, okay? So you cannot bear that responsibility of taking care of them while you have your own life to live, while you have your own healing to do, while you have your own awakening journey to walk on, okay? So give everybody back their cross and allow them to bear their own cross, so you can have enough strength, you can have enough energy, you can have enough room to bear your own cross, okay? It's now your time to bear your own. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, okay? So I'm stressing the fact that you have to prioritize yourself, because it's that important, all right? You cannot pour from an empty cup, okay? If you get depleted, you cannot support nobody, all right? The members of your family, you will not be able to be there for them. You will not be able to take responsibility for any of them if you are depleted, okay? So you have to prioritize yourself and fill your cup up first before you'll be able to pour into them, okay? Right now, as a black sheep on an awakening journey, you have a lot of healing to do, okay? You have a lot of healing to do. You have to connect with yourself. You have to find yourself. And so you have a lot to do, all right? And as I said earlier, you cannot pour from an empty cup, okay? It's time to relieve yourself of all these extra responsibilities and focus on yourself, okay? Because chances are your energy has been passed around throughout that family over the years. Your energy has been siphoned to fuel other members of that family throughout the years. It's time to let them know that they have to fend for themselves. It's time to let them know that your life matters. It's time to let them know that your healing matters. It's time to prioritize your healing, Black Sheep. Always remember, we are all here on our own individual, unique journeys, okay? You can't walk their walk for them. You have your own walk to walk. You can't bear their cross for them. You have your own cross to bear. You are essentially responsible for your own life. Your dysfunctional parents, they are responsible for the family, okay? You are not responsible for the family. Your parents are responsible for the family. Allow them to bear their responsibility. Allow your siblings to bear their own responsibilities. They have their own lives to live, and so do you, okay? Prioritize yourself and begin walking on your journey. Begin prioritizing your healing. Begin walking along your own path, okay? You are responsible for your own life. You cannot be responsible for your life without allowing everybody else to assume responsibility for their own lives, okay? So allow members of that dysfunctional family to assume responsibility for their own lives so you can prioritize yourself, so you can assume responsibility for your own life, okay? So Black Sheep, on the awakening journey, prioritize your healing, okay? Prioritize your healing, and you're not going to be able to heal while you are still attached to the unit. You're not going to be able to break any of those toxic cycles while you are still connected to the unit. You're going to have to extract yourself out. You're going to have to detach from that unit in order to make any progress, okay? Just because you've awakened does not mean any of this toxicity will stop, okay? I said this previously and I'll continue to say that, okay? These individuals are running on a pattern, okay? They are running on a toxic pattern, okay? Just because you are awakened and you need to go through your healing does not mean their process, their pattern is going to stop. The only way for that pattern to stop, the only way for that process to stop, the only way for them to stop dumping garbage on you is if you disconnect and detach from the unit, okay? And like I said earlier, it's going to be one of those most difficult processes you ever have to go through. It's going to be one of those emotionally charged experiences you would ever have to endure, but it's also very important that you prioritize your healing as a Black Sheep of the family, okay? Because you have a lot of healing to do, and if I do say so myself, you have a lot of healing to do, Black Sheep, okay? So as painful as it may be, Black Sheep, you have to take responsibility for yourself and allow others to take responsibility for themselves, okay? Because they're going to keep siphoning your energy. They're going to keep dumping garbage on you, and you will never be able to heal successfully. You will never be able to heal properly. You're going to be stuck in that cycle, okay? You have to prioritize yourself. You have to create a safe space for you to heal properly. You have to create your own safe space for you to heal successfully, okay? And that's the only way you'll ever be effective. That's the only way you will get through your healing, okay? Staying attached to the unit is a recipe for disaster for the Black Sheep, all right? It's very important, all right, that you detach from the unit. And I'm not here to preach separation. If these individuals are meant to be in your life, One thing that we know for sure is that what's meant to be will always be. Okay, so if these family members, if these individuals are meant to be in your life, you will reunite with them in the future when you are better, when you are healed, when you are more aware, when you are able to function without being the garbage can. Okay, but for now, Black Sheep, you're gonna have to leave them behind. Okay, for now, you're gonna have to prioritize yourself. For now, you're gonna have to detach. Okay, for now, you may have to leave town to prioritize your healing. Okay, that's how important it is. All right, so Black Sheep, I sound like a broken record, but it's very important that you prioritize your healing. It's very important that you detach from your dysfunctional family unit to heal yourself. Okay, so I hope I made it clear enough, guys. Take a moment to share your thoughts and your experiences in the comment section, and also share these messages with your loved ones. And if you're new here and you find value in this, then by all means stick around, because there should be another video or playlist popping up somewhere around my head here. Stick around and get more information on the awakening journey, get more information on narcissism. Other than that, I'll leave this one here. Until next time, guys, peace, love, and more life.